Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony's Picks Morning Show. I'm Tony T. We're with you here, guys, every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, giving you live free picks for today's card. And on our show today, we'll have picks from the NBA playoffs, Major League Baseball, NHL playoffs, and at the end of the show, our cappers give out either a parlay, peripheral, team player prop, or just play it straight. They make the call on that segment. And the first thing you want to do, guys, is make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications so you're live with us when we get the notification when we go live. And of course, give us that like, that thumbs up. Help us build up our audience. Do that right away. We greatly appreciate it. So now we'll meet the cappers, and we'll get right to the picks because we don't mess around here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show. Let's say hello to Rod. Rod, what's going on?
Oh, not too much. Give it to the Oilers. Winner in OT yesterday. Can't complain about that. Looking like the Oilers always do that. They love to put themselves behind the 8 ball and then try to come roaring back. And, hey, they got their 2 wins at home and made it the best of 3. Give it a shout out to the St. Louis Blues as well, doing the same thing. They came into St. Louis, got their 2 wins, and put a little bit of pressure back on the Jets. They can feel it, too, because they got whooped in St. Louis. Wasn't even close in those games. So now we got a series there, too. And the basketball's rolling along as well. Can't complain there. MLB was a good day. Swept the board. Let's start the week of winning.
Absolutely. Let's start the week of winning. Let's say hello to Chris. Chris, what's happening?
Oh, not much. Pretty good day. Cashed the best bet with the baseball with the Tigers, and then I cashed the best bet with NBA with the Wolves. Got them at a really good number at 2.5. So thankfully, we just barely creeped over that as they went up 3-1. So see how that series goes back as we head to LA. But short card, just ready to go too.
Ready to go as well. Sean, what's happening?
Mute.
You're on mute, Sean.
Of course I'm muted. Of course. That's why we can't start the show without a mute on somebody here. Mostly me and Rod on the mute. Yeah. Can the playoffs just end for me? 0-4 this week with NBA, 1-3 with hockey. Forget why. Why bother? What am I doing there? Terrible. I can't get to break. I'm taking a dog. It's a blowout. I'm taking a favorite. It's the dog outright that game. At least baseball winning week in baseball. So I got baseball going. I'm excited. Thank goodness for baseball because the other sports not a. I thought I'd be all right. I thought I had some good looks, but no, as they say, well, it's baseball, Susan. Not a good week in the playoffs for me. That's all right. New week, new day. We'll see what happens here. I guess I got to lay the big number with Toronto up 3-0. I got to just do the old double up in there if they go down in their next game, right? 3-0. You just who blows 3-0 leads besides the Yankees that with a trip to the World Series. So
maybe I should defend it.
I've seen it hockey recently.
The Leafs, they can blow 3-0 lead. They look good. It's 3-3.
We got the hockey guys in here. We got the hockey
3-1 now. If they lose the next one, it's 3-2 going back to Ottawa. So and then anything can happen. Game 6 back in Ottawa. Ottawa fights, steals one. Next thing you know, Game 7 comes along. We know what the Leafs do in Game 7. It's that time of year. So watch out. Leafs are a choking hazard, but I don't think this year. I think 3-1
defense. Instead of going for that, there's a different mindset. Instead of trying to expand lead, they're trying to protect it.
Yeah.
Different mindset.
It is. It's a different mindset, big time. They got the lead. They want to sit back. And it's like, yeah, that didn't work so good. But I think it's going to gentleman's sweep. Don't worry. I'm not worried about the Leafs. They win the next one.
That's right. That's Oilers Kings of the series.
Oilers. If the Oilers are true Oilers, and guess what? Yeah. If the Oilers aren't in, well, then you know my next.
He's got another one
right over here, and I'm gonna leave that right after. So I'm telling you, it's been that way up north for a long time. Why? Because the Oilers have been in the decade of darkness for 10 plus years that they haven't done anything miraculous. We can say last year they made it 2 goals short of hoisting the cup. Well, did they win it? No. So still, decade of darkness.
That's right. We'll leave that. Let's say to El Nino. Sal, what's going on?
Yeah, 3-3 day for me. It's been baseball. I can't quite get right. I think just my timing's been off a little bit in baseball. We hit our best bet in the NBA though, and went 2-1 the NHL. So not a bad day overall, but just got to get that timing down on the MLB, which is usually one of my better sports. So I think it's only a matter of time.
That's right. That's O'Neill. Yeah, looking at bouncing baseball. I had a rough one in baseball. I at the Cubbies. And, well, because I made a lot of money with the Cubs this year, so I'm not going to complain too much. Guardians got pounded. But who did I have? Yeah, I had the Minnesota Timberwolves, as I thought would got the free throws in. So I'm happy there. And of course, also, Reeves almost hit that shot. That one almost went in there. So I almost got over.
It was close.
Got a good look.
Yeah.
I can't complain about the way they got it. They got it to Reeves, and I can't knock the guy. He made some big shots too as well. But the Lakers just misplayed again. That 3-pointer with 51 seconds left. You could have made that a 4-point game. I thought Lucas should have been more aggressive with the ball, take it to the hole. We see that in that we try to turn a 2-point lead to 4 late in the game. That's what you want to do. Try to draw the foul or get the layup. That should have been Luka. Luka made a bad decision there to give it to LeBron in my bias. But anyway, that Pistons game, look, you have a 10-point lead, man. You can't cry about a foul. I lost. I had a good number on exchange on the Pistons, so I'm with you there on a money line. But I mean, what disgusted me more in that game is the fact that they blew the lead in the fourth quarter. I mean, dude, you have a 10. You got to hold the lead. All right, you just lost a coin flip game the other at home, and here you are blowing a lead down the stretch. So what upset me more about that game was a choke job down the stretch than the non-foul call, which we could sit here.
You can see the young Pistons looking. Sometimes they looked a little bit razzled back on defense, and the Knicks just came roaring down and you can't let Brunson wide open shooting threes. Seriously, you got to get somebody in his face. Like, man. I also give it to the announcer too, who kind of put the announcer's jinx after Cade made a record, and they had to show this thing on the screen about how Cade was rolling along, and we hadn't seen such numbers since Wilt. Since Chamberlain had been playing the playoffs since his start, because you got to give it to Cade his start to the playoffs. So, if the Detroit can continue to make the playoffs, trust me, big bright things in Detroit's future. Because Cunningham looks beast in the playoffs.
He's really good.
He's real good there. That's the guy that Detroit's been waiting for over the last seasons. That's been hurt. That's a good sign for Pistons fans, because man, he's gonna be a buddy for years to come.
Yeah, I agree with Solo. Solo will be back tomorrow. Yeah, it is. Bickerstaff get a coach there. But again, it's the coaching situation. It's the young team. They got this bright future here for Detroit. It's just, this one game you're going to get upset because it costs you in the pocket. You're going to get upset. You think you have a winner, and then boom, you just see it go away there. But yeah.
And then the Bucks.
Yeah. Oh, jeez, I should have took. I've been on the Pacers. I get off the Pacers. I stayed away from the game. What happens, right? that's usually what happens, right? I went on the Pacers the whole series. I get off them here because I didn't like what happened in that second half. And again, I said to myself, they've had one bad half, right, in the playoffs. Take the 7, right? Nope. I just stayed away from it. I was like, oh, look at these Bucks.
Man. I so wanted the money line. I was like, do I take the money line? I was like, you're giving me over possession. I got to take the points. I'll take the points. So wanted the money line too. Like, man.
That's frustrating. But let's get to the game tonight. Grizzlies Thunder was scheduled, but guess what? Thunder swept them, so we don't have to worry about that game. So right now we've got our first elimination so far from the NHL and NBAs already. We already have one. Usually have more than one, but only one elimination so far this into the second week. So we go Cavs and Heat. We got the Cavs open 9. It's come down here. Cavaliers 8.5, total to 11.5. Rockets and Warriors. This is a fight here. Warriors 3.5. Now it opened 4, so it's been Rocket money here. Total 203. So let's take a look here at these injury report. Of course, all eyes will be here on Jimmy Butler to see if he goes. Remember, he was questionable last game. I don't know how he got upgraded to questionable. And we thought we thought for sure he was going to miss the entire series. But Garland's still questionable with that toe. We got Love and Rozier out for Miami. On Houston, Golden State, Tate is out for Houston. Landale is upgraded to probable. Butler is still questionable, but my books, I think he's more like doubtful with that pelvis injury. I don't know. They just put their questionable in there. So we get it underway with Rod.
Yeah, look at these ones. I think it's all over. Maybe the Heat fight a little bit in the first half because they've been in the second half of the year pretty solid in the first half. So maybe take the Heat in the first half, grab those points. But I think when it's all said and done, and the dust settles, Cavs have a 10-plus point lead and the win and eliminate the Heat from the playoffs. Bye. Good run You looked like you turned the corner and made some things, but you just ran into a Cavs team that's way better than you. I'll take the Cavs to win by 10 plus on that one. And then looking at Houston and the Rockets, I'll take the over. I think we've seen some pretty slow paced, lower scoring games early, but I'm going to take the over there in that one. I think we see a little bit less defense, a little more offense, and this low total down at 204, too low. I think we're going to go over that number, the Rockets and Warriors.
Here we go with Rob. We move on over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm going to take the points with the Heat on this one. I think they get swept out of it, but I think Cleveland may end up doing something with some of their guys because they already know they're going to sweep them. I think it's just over with for the Heat, but I take the 8.5 with the Heat there, and be done with it. As far as Houston, Golden State went back and forth. They keep lowering these numbers. I mean, we started out 213, we went down to 204. Next game was 205. Now we're down to 203, and they still can't seem to get over this number. So I might lean back to the under. It's been 3 unders in a row. 203 is kind of right there in the middle, but I'd still probably go under in this one between these guys.
Here we go with Chris on over to Sean.
The Heat, who just said Rod?
Chris,
I don't remember.
Chris
said maybe the first half for Miami.
That's
Do they
right.
show up like? What do you? They're up 3-0. Are they really gonna? They just want to win the game, right? Are they gonna? Is it gonna be blowout fashion? I don't know, but the Heat. Not interested in that one. But I'll make the case for the Rockets and the over there. And the over is a tough one because, like Chris has said, man, it is coming down. And the lower they go, it's kind of like they want you to go over. And I know it went over yesterday in that Magic game at a 198, but those 197s had been going under previously in that series. But this one, listen, you're down to the Warriors, and I make fun of Steph Curry and the old guys over there. It's an older squad. But that is still a championship team, man. You lose this one, that's it. You're out. You're losing the next game at home. So I think you're getting everything in the kitchen sink here from OKC. So I'd go or OKC from Houston. But I think Houston and the over is a play there for that one.
Here we go with Sean. Move on over to El Ninos.
Yeah, I'm not too sure I want to lay the 8.5 with the Cavs full game. Probably. I don't know. It's tough for the full game because I think you can make a case either way for the blowout and for the Heat to put up one last good fight. But I do like the Cavs to come out and cover the 2.5 in the first quarter. If you were back in the Heat, I agree, though. The only look I really like on them is the 4.5 in the first half. Other than that, I'm leaning Cavs. And the Rockets Warriors, I'm going to agree with the over. But again, as Chris said, all 3 games have gone under this number so far this series. So not too strong a play, but again, I just think we have enough offense to get us over this number.
Here we go with Al Ninos. Tell you here what I think about these games. Yeah, I'm going to look at the Heat in this one. We saw that with Memphis, right? They gave up that last shot there just to try to avoid the sweep. I look for Miami here, a team with experience, a team that faced 2 elimination games, right? They were that 9-10 game. Then they went to the elimination game on Friday. So they played well in the elimination game so far. So I look for Miami to keep it close here. And remember game 3 was Cleveland closed as a 5-point favorite. So there's 3.5 points of value here taking Miami. And Miami in the more desperate spot here, trying to avoid elimination. Cleveland pretty much in the driver's seat. So we may see it. I think there's a benefit there to take the Heat at plus 8.5. Went back and forth with this Rockets and Warriors game because Houston can't shoot, right? We all know that. But man, their rebounding advantage to me is just too great. Just have an above average shooting night, and you can cover this line. So I'll take Houston here plus 3.5. Again, they're just dominating the glass here against that's the issue with the Warriors. They have to hit their shots because they don't have much rebounding strength whatsoever, and it's going to get tougher as they move forward here. I'll look here at Houston there plus the points. All right, let's continue here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show, guys. Just a reminder, we're giving you our free picks here. But if you're looking for our best plays, our best bets and premium plays, head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. You'll find a link in the description and get on over there and you'll find our plays for sale. Ready to roll here. A lot of our cappers here on the top of leaderboards. We have leaderboards document all of our cappers results. So check us out there at Tony'sPicks.com for our best bets. Let's continue on. Move on over to baseball. Here we've got 8 games here, and we'll do it in 2 blocks of 4. No pitching changes. It looks like there is a confirmation that Feltner will go today. He's dealing with that back. He had to get scratched yesterday, but he's expected to start today. So Feltner will start. No changes so far from Major League Baseball starting rotation. So let's get to the games here. We'll do 2 blocks of 4. Mets and Nationals. Wow, this Nationals team. What a comeback in that ninth inning. Mets again blown two leads. That bullpen has been sharp, blowing games all of a sudden. Mets $1.55, total 9.5. Twins and Guardians. Guardians moved up, expected that. Now up to $1.23, total of 8. Yankees and Orioles. Oh, they played a doubleheader yesterday. They won't have anything left. I don't know. Their favorite, $1.25, total of 9. And the Cardinals and Reds back home. We've got the Reds $1.16. The total sits at 9. We start with Rob.
Yeah, looking at that Reds game, I'll take St. Louis there in that matchup. You look at what the Reds have been doing. 6-4, first game back home, off of that little bit of a road trip where they definitely were scoring some points. And at home, they're a coin flip. You look at the Cards on the road, and 2-11 is St. Louis. You would figure that the Reds would be a little more favored than a coin flip price is the way I'm looking at it. So books want you on the Reds. I'll take St. Louis in that matchup. Looking at the Mets in Washington, well, you got Canning on the mound for the Mets. So it looks like the books expecting we're going to see a whole pile of runs in that game as the total's up to 9.5 in that matchup. Give me the under 9.5 in that one. Trevor Williams at home. Pitch is not bad. Solid when he's at a home dog. I believe he's perfect as a home dog. So I would be leaning to the Nationals, maybe in the first 5 is a nice little play against Canning and the Mets. But I think Canning has a half-decent start. We've seen him this year pitch half-decent. So I like the under 9.5. Getting 10 runs in that one? Nah. We've seen 15 yesterday. Not today. Take the under 9.5 in that one.
From Rod, move on over to Chris.
Looking at Minnesota, Cleveland. I'm going to go with Cleveland in that one. It's just a better thing for them against. I wouldn't take the Twins anyway, but Cleveland in that one. I'm gonna go back with New York and Baltimore. Take it over. I mean, I think the Yankees they found something yesterday in 2 of those games. I know it was everybody had some hits and everything like that. So we're gonna take the over in that Baltimore New York game. I'm gonna go the opposite direction. I'm gonna take my Reds against St. Louis. I just like Martinez better than I do Palante on the road. So we'll take the Reds there. I'm not backing the Cardinals at 2-11 on the road. And yeah, I'll probably leave that Mets Nationals one alone. That was a crazy comeback last night in the 9th.
Yeah, that was crazy there in the game. The game 5 blown save in the Sunday game blown save. Crazy there. On over to Sean.
This guy talking about the Yanks getting pumped up, beating the Blue Jays.
We're back, baby. We're back, baby.
Come on, Goon Collector. What are we doing here? Come on. And he's excited about the Knicks. The Knicks series is 3-1. It could be either team could have swept that series. Come on. That Knicks series. That's been a dogfight. All right. We'll see. Let's be honest. The Knicks are going to lose to whoever they play. Either one of these teams are losing to whoever they play the next round because they're just not good. But here we go. The Yankee fans. I love it. It's like T-Money in there with the Lakers. Look at this. We're winning. We traded for Luka. Hang the batters. Rub some money on Brunson. I like Goon Collector. Listen, I'll take the Yankee shots when they win games. I still don't think they hit their win total. Anywho, all right, here we go. We got I like Griffin Canning. I do, but I don't want to lay with the Mets. I don't, day game here. I got the Nats again. When I'm pushed to pick something on a game, I have a season long total on. I'm going to go with the Nats. The Nats. I got the Nats over. Let's go Nationals. The Guardians. That's just a pasture. No thanks. I like the over, even though. And I was talking to somebody about this one yesterday because the Yanks and where's Goon Collector? Because if he's a real Yankee fan, he knows this. Whenever they get some cat like this on the hill they've never seen before, I've seen it time and time again. It's like 7 innings of like 2-hit ball. They look really good against somebody, but then maybe it's not just the Yankees. Maybe it's any team you're a fan of. Whenever some guy gets a 4-8 call up or some pitcher they never faced, they always get stymied, right? But I still like the over here, and I have a couple ribby props on on the O's at the end of the show for this one. And the Cards and the Reds. Oh boy. I want to take the Cardinals, but it's tough because again, this is a team I got a season-long under on, and I don't want to really see them win games at all. But I'm not a Nick Martinez guy. No thanks. No thanks. I guess, this is probably be an over game, right? Why does this seem like it's like a 7-6? Typical Reds give up like 3 runs in the 8th innings or something, So I would lean over in that game.
Maybe we'll go with Sean on over to El Nino's.
Yeah, my favorite free play is definitely going to be the Guardians. Free play so far, this is one that could very well end up as a premium play. I like them a lot today. And as for the other ones, I agree. Cardinals, Reds seems like a bit of a toss-up. I may actually be leaning slightly to the dog in that one, but not a very strong play at all. And I kind of want to take the Mets -1 again, but yeah, very disappointing. So probably stay away from that one. Just stick to the Guardians here, money line.
Yeah, from El Nino, say what I think about these games. Yeah, I like Cleveland as well here. Minnesota just hitting $1.89 on the road. Guardians a bit better against righties, but Ober was pounding his 2 road starts. Williams better at home. Cleveland bullpen has been good at home this season, man. It's just like the way that Cleveland has played at home the past 2+1+ season from last year and this year. When they've been lined at even money to 150, they're 42-13, returning 25.5 units. I got to look at the Guardians in that one. I'll look at the Yankees only because the starter here, Sagano, for the Orioles. His strikeout rate is disgusting here. Where's the strikeout rate? 8% strikeouts. So someone says Yankees always strike out. Not against this guy. This guy doesn't strike out anybody. So there's gonna be a lot of contact here for the Yankees, and when they make contact, it's usually gonna go over the fence. So I'll look at the Yankees in this spot. I'll take Cincinnati at home here. The Reds here facing a team that's struggled for offense here. Well, it's the Cardinals bullpen on the road this year. ERA 7.5. The Reds have hit well against right-handed starters, 265. Look at Palante. He's been pounded on the road this year. Reds bullpen has performed well at home. And, of course, we know the St. Louis 2-11 on the road. I understand the line here because it's the Reds' first home game after a road trip. That's usually a flat spot. But the way the Cardinals play on the road, I'll tell you, I'd rather be on the Reds. Actually, the markets, the line opened dollars. What did the line open in this game? I think it opened at $1.17. Was it? Where's the line opener here from Reds and Cardinals? Interesting to see where that line opened at $1.25. So there has been some take back on the Cardinals here. Usually the guys like to play the first home game off a road trip. I know people like to fade the home team here, but I'm going to take the home team in this spot there. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Six Morning Show as we close out Major League Baseball here with these final 4 games on the card. We've got the homeless away from the shelter in Texas here. Texas $7 total of 9. I think Sears is open today. Tigers and Astros. We got the Tigers $7 on the road. Total coming here at 7.5. Braves and Rockies. We got the Braves $70 on the road. Total 10.5. Marlins and Dodgers to close it out. LA 266. Total 8.5. And Glasnow, someone that got hurt again yesterday. So another one that we don't know his status, but he got removed for an injury yesterday. We move on over to Rod.
Woo! Feltner, they held him back. He should pitch a gem here, right, for the Rockies? Yeah, no. The Rockies are on pace to be worse than what the White Sox were last year. So they have 4 wins. Yikes. I'll just take the Braves. They're starting to heat up. I'll take the Braves on the run line to kick the snot out of the Rockies. It's just you see the Rockies play, it's almost like, we'll just bet the other side of that one. Free bingo card money on the other side. It's the free square. Talk about catching a fall of the knife trying to bet the Rockies. Yikes. Not doing that there. Not even the first 5 there, Mr. Weskers. That sounds like it's going to take your money. And take your money. Do the Braves in that one. Big. And then, yes, it does look like Sears is open. Hey, Patrick Corbin, congratulations. You got yourself a couple wins, looking real good. People are all high on you. They see his teams just faced not too long ago, like what, a week ago? Oakland won that series 2-1. And in this matchup, they rocked Corbin. Texas did get the win 8-5 in that one, but Corbin gave up 7 hits and runs and walks, and now you're going to see the same Oakland squad again. So what, 5th time around through the lineup? Ooh, it could get really ugly for Oakland, and Sears is starting to deal. Give me Oakland, and give me I'm going to take the under. I don't think Texas is able to chip in enough offense as well. No Seager in that one. So that's a huge bet that you miss. So, yes, I can fade Corbin on Corbin Day. I was on Corbin for the last 2 times on Corbin Day. Trust me, I sat on my own little island over here while everybody faded the snot out of Patrick Corbin, and he won 2. So, hey, Mr. Weskers, get right, buddy. I was on Corbin for 2 games. He won me some money. Thanks, Corbin, buddy. But 3 straight for Corbin, buddy? No chance. I'll take Sears in that one.
There we go. Sears. You can count on Sears. I'll know over to Chris.
Count on Sears. Solid for 30 years.
I definitely like the I definitely like the under in that one. I mean, Texas is 1-12 to the, or 12-1 to the under at home. Like they're not. This is not the shelter where we just get out of it real easy. This is Globe Life Field here, where it's probably going to be hard for them to get out. I think they still can get some stuff on Corbin, but I don't think Texas is going to be able to get on Sears. So take the under in that one. Did the video on Atlanta, Colorado. Atlanta's hitting the ball really well on the road right now. So I think they get to Feltner, and I think we get up and over that total. I know it's 10.5, but I think the Rockies get rocked today. And then Miami, LA, I think we go over that too. I think May and who we have starting for Cabrera. Yeah, I think May and Cabrera both get rocked, and we go over that total with the Dodgers and the Marlins.
And we with Chris, on over to Sean.
Sign me up for the over in that Dodger game. Again, huge number with the Dodgers. So unless I'm fading them, it's got to be a team total, because even the run lines, the first 5s and no bottom 9s are still kind of juicy. At least for me, at least I don't like those big numbers there. The Rockies. I mean, Lex says he's cashed a few Rocky tickets this year. I mean, what are the odds? They have 4 wins.
That's why he said a few. He bet every game.
I'm like, I caught I'm like, man, you caught a couple. They've got 4. It's 4-23. How are you catching a couple? You should be rolling with your 15-leggers, Lex. If that's the case,
well,
talk about a lot of these tickets.
Sean, he did say he caught a couple, but he didn't say how many losses he caught to catch those couple. That's the big difference. So maybe you did catch a couple wins, but did you get all those other 20-something losses with it?
It's like the guy that said he hit the Royal. Like the video poker guy. I hit a Royal. Yeah, but 4,000. Yeah, but I lost 6,000. It took me 6,000 losses to win the 4,000.
Yeah.
I mean, this is why you just can't like fade teams or bet on teams, right? Because it's just not, you can't do that. They're down almost 2,000 units already to start the year.
Yeah.
I know.
But it's almost like you should auto fade them anyway. Whether again, but I mean, who's pitcher today? We got Elder on the hill. Like,
Oh yeah, Return of the Elder.
do you want to lay 170 with that guy? Is that where we're at? We're laying 170 with Bryce Elder. Look at his numbers.
The other, I did with Sale, and everybody was all against that guy the other day, and that number that was nice with the Braves. Yeah,
that means with Schwellenbach, that'd be $3.
Yeah, $3 for sure. Schwelly on there.
But it's like you said, like Feldner, because he was pushed back. But this would be a spot where I'd say, you know what, I'll take a 150. Like if you're going to take a shot, they'd be with this guy on the hill because he's decent, right? Like if you're going to. But even that, I can't do it because they're still like, I got to
What's that percent? Yes.
That doesn't even like what my 150. I'm taking like 150. No way. I mean, there's 145s out there. Get out. Hey. Anyway, let's Tiger Stros. It's on the site. It's my best bet today. Go get it. And the A's and the Rangers. Who's saying take the under here, right? I know it's everybody. Patrick Corbin, we just fade him all the time. He's been effective a little bit. And the A's, I don't know. This would be an under before anything for me here because that Ranger team, gats. But I talk about a not hitting lineup yet. We've seen a lot of lineups not hit. This one's right up there. This is right up there. But I do have two Ribby. I put them in the chat for Ribbies in this game. I'll mention them again at the end of the show for end of show picks. But under in that one would be my favorite in this block.
Here we go with Sean over El Ninos.
Yeah, I've actually been pleasantly surprised by the Athletics this season. Sears is definitely the better starter, to me at least. I know some people may like Corbin better, but I like Sears better, and I think the Athletics get the job done there. I like the Braves. I don't love the price, obviously, as Sean was saying. Bryce Elder not the best starter either. So I don't know, but if I had to make a pick in that game, I haven't bet it yet. But if I had to, probably take the Braves -1. Dodgers overpriced again, but I do like the over in this one. I think they get to Cabrera, and if the Marlins can just get a couple runs off May, should get us over this number.
There from El Nino say what I think here about these games. I like the under here, Tigers and Astros. Detroit, again, a team that doesn't hit on the road 229, but Blanco's been sharp at home. Tigers bullpen's been pretty good here over the past week. Houston bullpen, past 6 games, allowed 1 run in 13 2/3 innings. Against these offenses have struggled. Astros 5-0 the under against AL teams that allow 4.4 runs per game or fewer. So against these good pitching staffs, they go under at home this year. So I like under in that one. And I agree with the over in Marlins and Dodgers. You got Dustin May up there, got beat up a little bit in his last start. Dodger, again, when the Dodgers sit 8 or 8.5, it's always been a pretty good bet just to play over because they're 61-44 to the over at home. When you see an 8 or 8.5 in their games the past 2+ seasons, because they've got the bats to hit good pitching. But here's the concern here with the Dodgers. The bullpen injuries right now. These are guys that are out of their bullpen rotation because of injury. Blake Treinen, Michael Kopech, Bruno Gatterall. Those are their stud guys, right? Not in that they're hurt. So you don't have their best in the bullpen. So the Dodgers bullpen is going to are giving up runs because those 3 guys are their studs and they're not in. So just keep an eye there with LA. I could keep close eye on their bullpen. So it's some guys from OKC in there and the B team that you have to count on for LA right now. And right now, looking at their starting rotation, Snell is on the 15-day injured list, and Tyler Glasnow is now day-to-day because he got taken out of the game because of a shoulder situation. So again, the injuries could be piling up with LA here to their rotation. We know the bullpen is hurt. That's why they've been giving up a lot. The bullpen has been giving up a lot of runs of late. But again, that's why I think there's more value here on this over in the Dodgers and Marlins because you're also dealing with their 3 best arms out of the bullpen injured. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Six Morning Show. We got you through the baseball. Now it's time to take a look at the NHL playoffs. Been pretty exciting. Hope you guys got some sleep after last night's game. Went into overtime, but it was only 1 overtime. We didn't have those 2 or 3 overtime games that we usually get once a year from some of these series. 2 games only today. That's all we got. 2. I know we got 4 NBA games tomorrow. I thought it was the weekend tomorrow. They give us 4 tomorrow in the NBA. But anyway, Lightning and Panthers go head-to-head here. Panthers $1.47, total 5.5, and that just steamed right now. There's been some money coming. That's showing red on my screen right now. So Florida's getting some money right now. $1.47 in some parts, total 5.5. Avalanche and Stars. We got the Avs on the road, $1.38, total 6. We start with Rod.
Hey, for me, looking at these 2 NHL games, yeah, it's as always, Florida getting the benefit of the doubt because Kachuk should have got some at least a game for that hit. That puck was long gone when he leveled the Tampa guy, and he got nothing for it. So it is what it is. There, he definitely avoided the player discipline committee there in that one. Maybe he makes a nice donation every year, does Chuckers, but in this one at 5.5, it's just this is one of those must-win type of games. You figure here. Going to be a lower scoring battle. So give me the under 5.5 there. And then Colorado, Dallas. I think you got to go with an under there as well. I think low scoring. Colorado got the 4-0 win last game. But I think it's the same type of thing here in this one. But Dallas at home, I think it's first of 3 wins that one. I'm going to take the under 6. Couple unders in today's hockey. Tampa got the win last time, but this Panthers squad is money bounce back squad, especially with Paul Maurice as the coach, better coach. Vasilevsky hasn't looked great to start the series, so unless he steps up and continues to hold on, this series could be a lot shorter than what people were expecting in the Battle of Florida.
Here we go with Rod. Sean, anything in the ice tonight?
I'm glad that Rod said, 'cause I was going to say, like, probably the unders in these games, right? I mean, you got the Avs who lost, or they lost where they were huge favorites in that game. I said I had them at 140. All of a sudden, it was like a 200 fave in that game 3, and they end up losing anyway. It's like, so I think they'll probably play a little more, not passive, but they're definitely more defensive, right? And you shouldn't have lost to these guys. So I like the unders there. And Tony, you put up the thing about the closed captioning. I think you don't do that. That's on the person watching.
Right? Yeah, person watching. You can enable closed caption there.
Yeah, you can enable that. We don't do that side of it. That's on however monitor, whether it's on your phone or laptop, whatever. You click that little button for closed caption. It's like the TV. You got to click it on.
Yeah. Thanks, son.
Good luck, closed caption. Decipher a meme. My mumbling ass.
Yeah. You can enable on the player. You can enable closed caption there on your YouTube player as you're watching the show. On over to El Nino's.
Yeah, tough games. Don't have a premium yet in the NHL. I've been going back and forth on both these games quite a bit. Still think the value is on the Lightning on the money line here. Tough game, as Rod was saying. The Panthers are a very good team. They are at home. Again, it's not much of a road trip for the Lightning either, and they managed to get Game 3 here done on the road. So still think there's some value on the Lightning. I want to say there's value on the Stars at home too. They're a good team as well, but again, this price, I'm probably leaning more towards the Avalanche. If this minus 135, 140 is too much for you to lay, you can put a little bit on the money line and try to get this closer to even money. Could put a little bit on the puck line, and try to get a bit closer to even money. But that's where I'm leaning right now.
They're from El Nino's. My goodness,
that's a lot of sugar there, Lex. That's a lot of sugar there, buddy. Woo. that's a lot of sugar. Holy man!
My goodness. My goodness.
15 sugars. Woo. I've never even drank coffee, but that seems like a whole lot of sugar.
Oh, that's like hot chocolate. More than hot chocolate. It's like, oh my goodness.
15 sugars. What is that like? That's like a quarter cup.
That's like a large coffee, right?
It's like a Starbucks drink all of a sudden. It's not even black.
Yeah, all of a sudden it starts. Yeah.
That's right. It's like a
Starbucks. Yeah, 15 sugars. You're definitely well on the way.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Diabetes.
There you go.
I hope you cut down a little bit on that. He said used to, so that they weaned him off the sugar a little bit. So
he did. Yes, he did say I used to. Maybe he's. Oh my goodness.
Change it up there. All right. Now it leads us down to our parlay peripheral segment where our captains can give out a parlay, get out a team player prop, they can give out a game of the future, or just play it straight. We leave it up to the cappers in this segment. We started off with Rod.
So we'll do a little mixed sport. We're going to take the under in the Colorado-Dallas game. We're going to take where is it? We're going to take the St. Louis Cardinals, and then in the NBA, we're going to take the Cleveland Cavs, lay the points. They finish off the Heat there in that one. Little 3-teamer mixed sport for you.
You were with Rod. On over to Chris.
Yeah, give me the points with Miami Heat, going the opposite direction there, and then give me Cleveland Guardians there, and Miami and the Dodgers. Take them over, and then your home run prop. We didn't make the video. There's 3 over there. It was a rough find today on these guys, but one guy I like, this kid James Wood, man, with the Nationals. I like this kid. He's only faced Griffin Canning a couple times. He's got a double and a home run. He's at plus 500 today. I don't know. I just like James Wood, so take him for a home run today.
All right, Chris. On over to Sean.
Chris, this guy. Rookie card. Pull it out.
You got his card already.
Nice. I cracked open the hanger yesterday. I'm like, you know what? I got to get rid of these cards. And I cracked open, and the only good thing in that pack was him and Dylan Cruz rookie cards. So and I got one of each when they're probably got a 285,000 print run. So
geez,
I got a nice 9 cents in my pocket there. It's good. Ribby props. Here we go. 22-31. So listen, we took the donut on Friday with the Ruby props here. So 22-31, but plus 725. We're going to start here with the O's. Westberg is plus 170. Kierstad is plus 190. It is in the chat, along with Soderstrom from the A's plus 175 and Wilson from the A's plus 195. They're against Corbin. I think those guys are hitting 4 and 5 today, too. So there they are. There they are.
There we go. There from Sean on over to El Nidos.
It looks like Steele clarified that it's he's still putting a bunch of sugar there, but no more McDonald's coffee. It sounds like, which I don't know, it might be even better than all the cutting out the McDonald's part than the all that sugar. But who knows? Hopefully he cuts down that sugar a little bit more too. Anyway, so back to these parlays. I'll go Cavs first quarter. I'll take the Guardians. And if you're parlaying, go Braves money line. If you're playing them straight, Braves -1.
Well, there you from El Nido. So although I haven't drinking soda in years, I heard they have the best taste in Coca-Cola of any place. So there you go.
Yeah, they have a special Coke. They have their own Coca-Cola.
Yes, it comes in some kind of containers. It's some kind of
Keep it
steel or some kind of, I don't know. I don't think it's nitrous, but it's some kind of steel containers that Coke puts in for McDonald's. They have an agreement or something. It hits different. I'll just say that.
Yeah, it sure does. It's better taste.
It's dialed in. It's dialed in. There's no difference on the fountain pop. They just found a mix that's just that gives it a little bit of. So the McDonald's one, they're still putting the Coke in the Coke.
I'll tell you what,
I think because of the refrigeration, they don't let it. They keep it at a certain temperature. And it's since I think that's what I've heard.
Nah, the bag's in the back room on a shelf. It comes in a plastic bag. I'm telling you, it's a box. It's a bag in a box syrup, and it mixes with the CO2 canister. But Coke has what they do is it's a stainless steel canister that they hold it in. It's a nice special canister. It's not as dirty as the old grubby CO2 canisters you see. If you're looking back in the old bar days, it's like, where did this thing come from? But it's like you hook up the CO2 into like a little thingy to get your little pop gun to work. And you hook up the little syrup bag. You ever drop one of those syrup bags?
I love anybody who worked in a restaurant, bro. I remember waiting tables being a busboy, and there was you'd have a rack. It was like a shelving unit with the boxes of all the soda and all the things. You'd have to pull the thing out like this. You'd have to pull it out and lift it up to get the soda in there. And then the CO2, I was always worried I did the CO2 wrong. Like it would blow up or something. Like you had to get Because then the right guy at the bar was like, hey man, the CO2's out. They squirt the gun and come dribbling out like a bad faucet. Like it's not airy. I'll tell you what though, talk about Coke. The Mexican Coke is fabulous, bro.
Oh, is it? No.
It's real sugar. It's real. It's totally different than American Coke. Because like everything here, it's like whatever they put in their crap here, it's totally not allowed in other countries.
I hope you stocked up because it's going to be 4 times the cost now, right?
It was always like $3 a bottle anyway. You know?
It was.
Yeah. Because they come in glass bottles.
Yeah.
It's great. Big glass bottle.
With the Doritos, they like those too. I never tried them. I don't drink soda.
And the trick with the McDonald's coffee there, Lex, is they have the espresso machine. So when you take that McDonald's coffee, throw in a couple espresso shots, and it takes it from a weak ass coffee to a good coffee. That's the trick on the McDonald's coffee. It's called a double. So you get 2 sugar, 2 cream, and then 2 espresso shots tossed in there as well, and then that makes the McDonald's good. Double. That's the key to the McDonald's coffee.
Yes, I have. I guess I'm consuming plastic because I drink Keurig, those K cups, and I heard the McDonald's is a pretty good seller.
Yeah, we used to do the Keurig, and then we switched over to the Nespresso, where you just throw the pot in and hit the button. Coffee's good to go. What I do is I hit a double, so you get like the Americano version of it. It runs through once, and then it runs through again, and it gets a little more hot water to it. So because otherwise you're drinking straight espresso shot.
Just drink water. It's healthy for you. Yeah, that's fine. And then I put this poison in it. I put this poison in my water. A gallon of water a day. I put my little.
There's no calories in black coffee. There's no calories in black coffee there, Justin.
No, there's none.
I only put sugar and cream in the McDonald's coffee because yes, as Lex says, it is gross, but I can't do 10. Ooh, that's way too many. I just 2 sugar, 2 cream, give it a little bit of kick, but not 10. Yeah, McDonald's has espresso. Yes,
Yeah,
McDonald's has
expanded.
espresso. Add for a couple espresso shots in there, and it makes that McDonald's coffee better again.
They went after Starbucks by expanding their. They trying to give a little coffee house feel to their menu there to try to get the steal from Starbucks.
Water.
Here, Fizz, Arbonne Fizz. I should get Arbonne as a sponsor because it's good stuff. But I have
with water. It's really vodka with a lemon in it.
Vodka. Shh, don't tell anybody. I just forgot to put the orange juice in.
Back in my corporate days, I worked with guys who used to drink vodka for lunch. That was back in the days. It was a different world back then. They got away with it. All right, Cavaliers for me with the Yanks and the under and Tigers and Astros. Sorry, did I say Cavaliers? I meant to say Rockets with the Yankees and then Tigers, Astros under. All right, now it's time to see what our cappers have for sale over at Tony's Picks. Heading into an exciting week of playoff action. Right, we're getting right down the back end of these first round series of play from NBA and NHL. We also have baseball on the road, getting close to WNBA. We're getting close to May, so we'll get those training camps open pretty soon for the W because everybody likes the W now, and had a pretty good draft and see how it rolls this season. Let's see what Rod's got going over at Tony's Picks. Rod's put together an impressive year again, like he did last year. Talk to me, the producer at Tony's Picks. Rod, what you got for sale?
And for me today over at Tony's Picks, looking to start the week strong. I got my MLB play of the day. We're on a nice 14-3 run with it, so definitely you can scoop that up singly. I got my NBA drop a dime play. Crushed it yesterday with the Pacers, looking to keep that rolling. And then my NHL one-timer crushed it with the Blues yesterday. So all 3 of those best bets crushed it yesterday. Rolling along, swept the board. Looking to start the week strong. You can get all 3 of those plays in the Monday 5-pack. They're included there. Or you can scoop them up singly. But the better way to go is we got a lot of action this week. Grab that week pass. Join me for the rest of the week, and we'll continue to stack the units and put that cash in your pocket. Don't miss out on that 2-for-1 capper promotional as well over at Tony'sPicks.com. Can't go wrong with that. Having 2 cappers, putting money in your pocket. That's the way to go. And when you get over there, don't forget Tony T at checkout. Save 15% off all your purchases. Jump aboard. Big week loading.
Big week going with Rod. Get on board. Rod has been a unit stacker. You can see here showing great results here in all the major sports here. So get on board with Rod. Look at that. A dog chaser in baseball. So doing great work there. Long-term pass is the way to go. Of course, all of our one-day passes are profit guaranteed. They must earn a profit or amount purchased is credit back to your account for site credits. That's profit guaranteed. So get on board with Rod over at Tony's Picks. All right, we'll take a look and see what's rolling here over at Tony's Picks here. So see what Chris has got for sale right now at Tony's Picks. Chris has been red hot in baseball over the past 7. What do you got for sale, Chris?
I got you guys a 3-pack in MLB today, best bet, 2 premiums, and got you guys another best bet in tonight's playoff game in the NBA. We cashed both of our best bets yesterday with the NBA and MLB. I'm 13-7-1 right now in the last 7 days in baseball, so looking to keep that going, and I'm definitely seeing baseball a little bit better than I was starting out. But yeah, how about something long term? We have a lot of action this week, so a 7-day pass is going to get you everything here. We're going to probably start seeing some TBDs in baseball, so I can get you some late steam there if there's pitching changes. I don't know about the NBA if we're going to see really any changes there as we head into the second round of playoffs, but still something long term. Pair me up with somebody else on the 2-for-1 capper. Everybody's on the site. It's doing well right now, so 2 people putting money in your pocket makes a lot of sense. And then don't forget to use that promo code Tony T at checkout, save you that 15%.
Very good. Yeah, got with Chris over at Tony's Picks. Chris does also have a season pass at a very good discount price right now, and you can use the promo code to apply it to there as well. A lot of baseball still to go. We go all the way to the end of October with baseball, so a lot of baseball left to go here in this season. All right, we'll take a look, see what Sean's got for sale over at Tony's Picks, heading into a big week of action. What do you got for sale, Sean?
Actually, just one game today. My best bet in baseball, which has been all right for the year. So baseball's been actually not for the year. It's been turning around after a slow start. So I'm clawing my way to. If I could go 4-1, I think I'll be in the plus money since I take some dogs sometimes. So there is that. And like I said earlier, man, hockey and the NBA, I had been winning. I am 1-7 this week in it with the last week, 10 days with hockey and that stuff and NBA. So I'm a little annoyed at that. What am I going to do? Plenty of other guys better than me in those sports. Go get them. That's why it's a multi-camper site, and you see all the people's records here. So there's that. I'm not gonna tell you to go, hey, get them. Why? I'm not doing well right now in those sports. Go get somebody else. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. Take the hot guys who won all season long. I'll sell them. Who are they? Where's the leaderboard for hockey and NBA? Pull them up. That's what people want to bet right now. It's playoffs. You come see me in July when I'm all right in MLB and I caught up to Tony here leading the way in baseball. I'll be, there's other guys better. Go for it. It's fine. Take them.
You go get on board with Sean over at Tony's Picks. He got his best bet from baseball, so get on board. Long-term subscription as well from a 30-day all the way to the year. Get Sean's all access because we got through the NFL draft, so you know what's up next. Free agency and then the OTAs. And in late July, we got our first game from preseason football. Can you believe that?
What is that about? A July Hall of Fame game?
I know. The Chargers and I forgot who else they're playing. But was it the Bears? I don't know.
Maybe the Bears?
Might have been the Bears. I can't remember what it was. But, yeah, the Bears, the Chargers are Hall of Fame. We got through the draft, and now it's time to see what goes on with these free agents. Where's Aaron Rodgers going to go, or will he retire? We never know. Let's see what Al Ninos has got going over at Tony's Picks out for the year. We'll see been producing results in the NBA. What you got for sale?
Yeah, so far just one play in the MLB. Should get there in the NBA with at least one play. And as I said, NHL is a tough day for me, but I'll keep looking at the games and see if there's anything I end up on there. And I should have at least one more play in the MLB, just waiting on the better number there.
There you go. So get on board here with Al Ninos over at Tony's Picks, showing good results here from the NBA for this season. Also NHL showing the positive. Does have his MLB best bet on the board Grand Slam play. So get on board with Al Ninos over at Tony's Picks. The link there in the description. So go ahead and get signed up. All right. I've got plays right now for you from Major League Baseball. I've got a best bet on the board from MLB, as well as a 3-pack mixing 2 MLBs with an NBA. So get on board with me over at Tony'sPicks.com. Don't forget that promo code Tony's at checkout. We'll save you that 15% off. We also have a 2-for-1 capper promotion, so you can match me up with your favorite capper over at Tony'sPicks.com. So go ahead and get signed up. Just a reminder, guys, we're with you here on the Tony Picks Morning Show every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you like and subscribe and set those notifications so you don't miss a show. And it happened if you do miss a show, I just want to show you guys our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, type in Tony's Picks, and you'll be able to find our channel. You can also see an archive of our live show as well. And, of course, our happy hour, Rod hosts Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Rod will tell you more about that one. But this is where you'll be able to find the replays of our show. You can also click the video tab, and there you'll be able to find a lot of all of our on-demand video content that we produce. We go a little deeper dives for you on these videos here. Got Chris up there. Al Ninos is always looking for those dogs. Rod's got the NHL covered. I got a lot of coverage here for MLB and MLB and NBA. So check it out. Check us out there on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Occasionally you'll see some shorts here coming in from Nick and Brian will contribute there. Many of our products, even our shows, our live shows are all on podcast format. So any of your favorite podcasts, just type in Tony's Picks and you'll be able to listen if that's your choice. If you like to listen on a podcast, we're on podcast. All our shows are converted to podcasts as well. So guys, check us out over at Tony's Picks. A lot of great content for you guys to take a look at. Of course, we'll let you know about his show here Monday through Friday. Rod, it's a happy hour. And you also do some deep dives in the NHL.
Yeah, definitely be a little more deep diving in the couple of NHL games today. We'll definitely be back a little more heavy. Tomorrow's a bigger slate in the NHL playoff action. And then the happy hour show. It's Monday, so we're back at it 5 p.m. Eastern. Tune into that happy hour show and get you any latest information that comes our way throughout the day. By the time we get to that 5 p.m. show, as we know later on, as MLB continues to roll along, those TBDs will start to pop up. So you'll want to tune into the happy hour show 5 p.m. Eastern to get that latest info on any changes pitching-wise, goalie news, or even
also lineups, right? Also baseball
lineups. Yeah, even starting lineups because baseball lineups, hey, they come around, they start batting practice. You never know. Somebody left the rake out wrong or someone trips over. It happens all the time. So definitely tune into the happy hour show and get the latest info going there.
There you go. And of course, Chris, you also adding content up at Tony's YouTube channel. You do your prop and more.
Yeah, I've got you guys a baseball video out there today on the Braves and the Rockies, a little bit deeper dive than why we took the over. And then, yeah, I got you 3 home run props. I try to get you guys every day. Today was a struggle. These batter pitch up matchups it was just rough today. But got you 3 guys I think out there with the best value. And I like I always say, don't parlay them, do them straight. You're getting plus money with each one of these guys. So just better to do that than to try to chase generational wealth with 3 home run props. So yeah, I got those. I'll continue to have those, and then as we go deeper into the NBA playoffs, I'll get you some more videos on that as well.
Yeah, with Chris and of course, Sean, we got you here on the mornings.
Chasing generational wealth on parlays. Yeah, morning guy. I'll come in morning, afternoons as the season goes on here with MLB. So that's it. I told you, I gave you my spiel on hockey and NBA. What am I gonna do? It's that I'm annoyed. Although, who am I kidding? I'll probably take both unders in that ice game in the ice today. So there you go.
There you go for Sean. Of course, Nina's always
The
looking for
hockey
those.
team sucks from New Jersey, Mr. Wisters. Come on.
Of course, and Nina's always looking for those dogs.
Yeah, no, actually, I guess not literal dogs today, but plus money plays nonetheless. So if you like that, mix it up a little bit. Went with some props today in the NBA. We got a plus 1,500 there too. So please don't chase generational wealth with that one either. It's just a small play for me, but yeah, so it should be a pretty fun one. So go check it out.
There you go. We guys are with you here on the Tony Morning Show here Monday through Friday, tune in 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Like, subscribe, and set those notifications so you're live with us. And of course, sure to tune into the happy hour day at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Any closing comments for anyone before we close it out?
Yeah, easy on all the soda and junk food, guys.
They opened. Speaking of junk food, they opened a Krispy Kreme up here north of the border, and oh my goodness, I was on the way out of Edmonton, and I was grabbing a coffee for the road, and I was like, holy man, there's a Krispy Kreme, and there was a lineup in the drive-through that was insane, and all the cars were all lined up waiting to get these donuts and to go in. I was like, man, there isn't even any spots to even pull in. So I waited in this line to see what all the fuss was about, and I went and got some donuts. You could nickname those things crispy crack creams because those things are as addictive as you know what. I don't know. They're soft. Whatever they do to them. Oh my goodness! How do you just eat one? It's like I don't know. I eat one. They taste so fresh. Yeah. It's like, oh my god! I was like, what are these? I'm like, they should call these crack creams because these are absolutely
if you don't,
nuts.
You get them hot. You eat all 12, and you get diabetes. Is what you do. That's what I did. Because we have one here. If the hot light's on, they don't even touch your teeth. They're just gone.
Yeah. And you see them. You see the whole. You see all the cooking process. You see it fried, and you see this whole. It's just a chain of donuts, and there's demand because that thing seems to be always running.
I'm glad I live where I live because I'd be hooked on crack creams and going, I need a crack cream. I'd have crack cream and coffees like Mr. Wester's from McDonald's every day, and I'd be like, ooh. Good thing that's only a splurge, maybe once a month.
Yeah, we're sending Canada. We're sending. They got free healthcare, so just go. Let's some more.
Send some more Krispy Kremes on this way. Well, the Canadians logged onto them because there's lineups, and they're not buying 1 dozen. We're coming out. We're buying 2 dozen, 3 dozen at a time, and it's like, holy man.
Is it big? What do they find them in?
Probably seed oil, Tony. Probably seed oil. Like,
I don't know.
This leg was a little bit full and more, and I'm like, oh yeah, seed oils.
Oh my goodness. You see the whole frying process of the things go around there. I had maybe 2 stops, and that was it. I'm just amazed. People out here, they stand long lines for what's that burger place? Gosh, I don't eat fast food, so they just exchange it. What's that? The hamburger place?
Guys, Carl's
not
Jr.
Five Guys. It's the West Coast one. Oh goodness.
In-N-Out.
In-N-Out. Yeah, they stand in line for In-N-Out, and then Chick-fil-A. They're in line like crazy for those two.
That's right. But what it is because I did see the as you say. It's a giant vat that the donuts come down the fryer thingy, and this little thingy goes and flips them over automated. If you've ever been to the carnival and get mini donuts in your bag, it's the same version, but it's like the Jack Dot mini donuts version of that machine. Because the little mini donuts are about yay big, and then the Krispy Kremes are bigger. So that's all it is. Same idea. This machine goes bloop, 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 making donuts at 6 across, and then they boop, boop, bloop. So they're pumping those things out. Talk about cash cow. Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. The donut costs 6 cents, and they're selling a dozen at $15 a dozen. So,
It's a crazy. They're not as crazy anymore. Although I'm not out in the mornings to see what these lots look like at these coffee shops or these donut shops. I guess they do business. Every time I drive through these donut shops, there's no one there. But again, I'm not out and about at this time of the hour. So anyway, to know what's going on out there. But yeah, I see them in the grocery stores. They don't move. For some reason, I don't see them moving in the grocery stores. But
no, because like, how long has that been there for? We want the hot one. We want to see it right out of the right off the thing and shaking and ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't live close to one.
Yeah, Whataburger's out in I think Whataburger's out in Sean's territory.
Yeah, they're pretty good Whataburgers. Although now there's.
But it's going to be but we are going to do the Krispy Kreme burger. We're going to cut it in half, and then you fry the bun, and you make your burger.
Goodness, yeah.
So it'll be bacon cheeseburger on this side. Yeah, that's what I'm
They fry bacon. They like to put bacon bits on it. Yeah,
you put bacon. It'd be bacon
Jack in the Box. Get out of here. In your show. You guys are talking about Jack in the Box and Fuddruckers.
They're closing 200 of them.
Fuddruckers is awesome. Come on. I love Fuddruckers.
That's old school. That's an 80s. That's an 80s chain, right? I think they're closing Fridays too. Some of the Fridays are closing.
Get your burger.
I remember Fridays back in the day.
Fries and the
you know how many dates I took to Fridays in the 90s? Fridays and Bennigan's was like, hey, what are you doing? Let's go Friday. Let's go to Bennigan's. That's where you go take the ladies back in the day.
Well, what about the Applebee's $10 big burger with fries and their big lunch specials they got going right now with Applebee's?
That was high class. I was my little guy. He was a baby. We'd go to Applebee's for like a night out because we had no money back then, right? Yeah, little kid, you're like, forget it. It's nonsense. I'd go there and I'd be like, send his stuff out first, and we'd be eating. I'm like, check, please. Like, he was a good kid to take out as a baby. He wasn't bad. Like, sometimes you go to a restaurant, the babies just people don't care. Like, oh, whatever. No, my guy was pretty well behaved. But you got about a 45-minute window before that guy starts acting up. But Applebee's was high class for me.
Bonanza was the place to go up here in Canada when I was growing up. It was the steak and all you could eat shrimp. They gave you this little placard thing that's stuck on your table. That way, it showed that you got the all-you-could-eat shrimp, and the lady would come around with a bowl of these shrimps and be like, "Hey, you need some more shrimps? Yes, more shrimps." Loaded us up on shrimp.
Bacon wrapped filet mignon at Fuddruckers.
Oh my goodness!
No wonder why they went out of business because it's a hamburger joint. Why did they have filet mignon on the menu?
Yeah, I don't know how this hamburger joints do. Red Robin's another one that's popular. I've never been in one, but
Red Robin, Red Robin, home of the smiling burger. They you had to learn how to wrap it, and that way, when you wrapped it up, it made it look like it was smiling at you. Yeah, it was. I worked at that place too.
Red Robin.
You name it, I worked at it. I wanted to see what they looked like from the back end of things, right? So I was a young kid. My ADHD was kicking in. I was good for 6 months in a restaurant, and I was like, oh my god, I can't get the same thing over and over and over again. It gets monotonous after 6 months in the same restaurant over and over and over.
You ever hear of Slim Chickens?
No.
There's a joint down here called Slim Chickens, and it's literally like a pimped out chicken. He's got a hat on and a cane. Slim Chickens, and it's like a Raising Cane's type joint with chicken fingers.
Speaking of chicken fingers, I don't know if they have it anymore. Because I've been in Whataburger in years. I went to Arizona for a trip. They used to have steak fingers, which were no, they have it anymore. The steak fingers.
I haven't been to Whataburger since when I first came down here. I went to Whataburger like all the time. Like, oh man, but then I just stopped. I found like Raising Cane's, which is next door to it.
Red Robin, home of the bottomless fries. Those fries, they just keep continuing as much as you want to eat them. They'll keep bringing them.
Shoney's buffet. Oh my goodness!
They have an Islands out here that has a big fries. A lot of the good fries. Islands is what they call it.
I never did a Shoney's.
Good fries, right?
Yeah, there we go. All right, guys, that's going to do it here for the Tony Morning Show. We're back in tomorrow live at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. We'll wait. Goodbye, guys. You guys making a winning Monday. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony Morning Show.